On this video, we are going to be talking about 5 of the most fuel economical subcompact crossover SUVs in the Kenyan car market. And on this episode, we're also going to tell you about how you can get more kilometers on one tank of fuel, since we are in hard economic times and every drop of fuel matters. I'll be your host, Eric Wakabi, Eric with a CK, taking you through this list of 5 of the most fuel economical crossover SUVs in the Kenyan car market. And we're also going to talk about their pricing and why subcompact crossover SUVs are actually loved by many in this market. Let us start with why. Why are subcompact crossover SUVs loved so much in the Kenyan car market? Why are they becoming a common trend amongst car buyers? The reason is they have sufficient ground clearance and they are quite practical. They give you the features of an SUV but with the packaging and with the fuel economy of a normal kadudu. So let's talk about some of these subcompact crossover SUVs that, one, feature the feel of an SUV but the fuel economy of a kadudu. And we are going to tackle 3 that will give you very good fuel economy without the use of hybrid technology, and then 2 that are going to give you out of the world figures when it comes to fuel economy but use hybrid technology to achieve that. So follow me through. We're going to start from number 5 and ascend all the way to number 1. So number 5 on our list happens to be the 4th generation 2019 Suzuki Escudo with the 1400cc booster jet turbocharged engine. And this particular engine is the K14C. But I know before I go deeper, most people would ask, is the Escudo really fuel economical? And wait, is the Escudo a subcompact crossover SUV? Well, let me explain. The previous 3 generations of the Escudo have had a body-on-frame design. However, with the 4th generation, Suzuki decided to downsize the vehicle and build it on what is called a unibody frame. So it's no longer the old body-on-frame design we used to know. It's now a monocoque chassis. Also, they decided to reduce the size and the weight of the Escudo to try and compete in the very competitive crossover SUV market, and this competition was mostly through good fuel economy. So they also employed a variety of engines, but in the Kenyan car market, the engine that would give you that very good fuel economy plus a balance of power would be the K14C, 1400cc booster jet engine, and it has recorded an amazing fuel economy rating of up to 16 kilometers to the liter if driven well. In some cases, some people have even recorded higher fuel economy figures on the K14C booster jet in the Escudo. So, and that is how it makes its way to number 5 on our list of some of the most fuel economical crossover SUVs in the Kenyan car market space today. Number 4 on our list is the 2019 Mazda CX-30. The CX-30 is a new entrant into the Kenyan car market, and on this list of some of the most fuel economical crossover SUVs, we're going to place the diesel variant of the CX-30. And the diesel engine powering the diesel CX-30 is the 1.8 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged Skyactiv D engine. And these Skyactiv D engines are known for their punch of torque and their driving thrill. Now, this is even improved with the 6-speed automatic gearbox. The fuel economy rating on the CX-30 is between 20 to 22 kilometers to the liter. And to be specific, the fuel type on this vehicle is diesel. So yes, the Mazda CX-30 makes its way to the list of some of the most fuel economical subcompact crossover SUVs in the Kenyan car market space today. And why is it classified as a subcompact crossover SUV? It is classified as a subcompact crossover SUV because it is based on the Mazda 3. Sawa sawa, tuko pamoja. Pricing of the Mazda CX-30 starts from 3 million Kenya shillings. Number 3 on our list is the 2nd generation Peugeot 2008 with the codename P24. Kindly note that this is what in Kenya we would call the new shape Peugeot 2008. So it's bigger, it's better, and it looks way better compared to the first generation 2008. However, in terms of fuel economy, it has still retained the legacy of the older 2008 to achieve a record of up to 20 kilometers to the liter. And the fuel type of this P24 is petrol. Remember, I'm talking about, or I'm very specific to the Peugeot 2008 with the 1.2 liter 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine. Now, this is a car that is rather new in the market, but it's going to be a favorite to many, not only because of how it looks and the aspect of performance it has, but also because of the aspect of its fuel economy. So now we are done with the non-hybrid subcompact crossover SUVs that will give amazing fuel economy. Now we shift to two subcompact crossover SUVs that give insane fuel economy figures by utilizing hybrid technology. The surprise is the Honda Vezel is not at number one. In fact, number one is held by a vehicle that is a new entrant into the subcompact crossover SUV category in the Kenyan car market space. However, before we talk about these two hybrids, I would like us to talk about the new Shell Fuel Save formulation, a new formulation that will guarantee you extra kilometers, up to 15 kilometers more per tank. And in addition to that, this new formulation contains additives that ensure that your engine will serve you longer. Number two on our list happens to be the 2019 Honda Vezel Hybrid. It is one of the most common subcompact crossover SUVs in the Kenyan car market space, and it is loved for its fuel economy. The Vezel Hybrid has been known to push all the way to 24 kilometers to the liter. It is priced at around 2.7 million, making it a darling to many, and that is why it is filling our roads. However, it has not made it to the top because the top is for a new entrant that might also take the Kenyan car market space by storm. Number one on our list is the 2019 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross PHEV. Now, this is probably the subcompact crossover SUV with the best fuel economy in the Kenyan car market space today, and it is likely to take the market by storm. It is a younger brother to the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV, and PHEV means it's a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, meaning it is a hybrid that you can charge. On electric mode alone, because it is capable of driving on EV mode, it can drive up to 55 kilometers. This means if you charge the hybrid battery fully and you drive around town, it will drive you for 55 kilometers. The average fuel consumption of the Eclipse Cross in town is a whopping 50 kilometers to the liter. Yes, I know we are about to start having a debate, but I can explain further. So, you know, with many vehicles, you normally have better fuel economy on highway and bad fuel economy or lower fuel economy in town. However, for the Eclipse Cross, it's the other way around. You're able to get very good fuel economy up to 50 kilometers to the liter in town, and the fuel economy drops as you go towards the highway. However, it does not drop to below 20 kilometers a liter. And this is because in town you can make use of electric mode most of the time, especially if you're driving at low speeds. But when we move to highway speeds, at some point the battery might deplete. But remember, this vehicle still has regenerative braking, so it's still going to somehow try to charge its hybrid battery pack. But once the battery pack or the charge in the battery pack goes lower, well, the fuel economy also tends to go lower because you're not making maximum use of EV mode only. And this is when you're, say, traveling for long distances like from Nairobi to Mombasa. However, even on long distances, the Eclipse Cross will still guarantee you over 20 kilometers to the liter. That is for highway driving, and in town, it will guarantee you up to 50 kilometers to the liter on average. And those are the 5 subcompact crossover SUVs in the Kenyan market, which probably have the best fuel economy, and these are vehicles that you can be on the lookout for if you want a very fuel economical subcompact crossover SUV. I've been your host, Eric Wakabi, Eric with a CK. Remember, you can follow us on our social media platforms, Konnekt Automotive Excellence on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Also, you can follow me at a personal level, Eric Wakabi, Eric with a CK, on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, and TikTok as well. Also, for daily car updates, join our WhatsApp community by clicking on the link in the description below.